friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. My name is Antonio, and this is the only format here on YouTube, the only channel where every day I'm showing you a property for sale in the Italian market. Okay, so my friends, let's start. Stay tuned and let's find out all we have to know about this very interesting property for sale. Now, my friends, we are in a lovely town called San Valentino in Abruzzo, Citeriore. So, by the name, we are already guessing that we are in Abruzzo region, Pescara province. So, very interesting town, not very big town. We are talking about a small town, tiny bit less than 2,000 inhabitants, medieval town, but very interesting, lovely place where to find a spot to live or a holiday home. Okay, so now we are talking about a detached house for sale in Vico Forno Vecchio. Now, the seller is not disclosing the exact address, but I've been able to find out. Is a terraced house. Terraced, so not detached. The asking price is 38,000 euro, so which is extremely good, in particular for a property that is in a very good condition. I would say fully renovated for the price that is selling, in my opinion, is extremely good. Then the size of the property, we are talking about 93 square meters, so we are around 1050 square feet. 5 rooms, now 5 rooms and just one bathroom. Obviously, for a property fully renovated and for this price, I'd say to find that with two bathrooms, it's not very easy. Okay, my friends. So this is the introduction, and now we go here on Google Maps to understand a bit better the area. So as we see, we are in the central part of Italy, so where Abruzzo region is, bordering with Molise, Marche region, Lazio region, and Campania region. So as we see, we are on the main route that goes from Pescara to the mountain area. So basically, we are kind of in between. We are still not in the mountains. We are about around 400 meters above the sea level. Then we have many interesting towns around this town here. There is Cafa, Torre de' Passeri, Bussi sul Tirino, Popoli, which are very interesting towns. I cover very often properties for sale in this area. Now let's keep zooming in to understand about San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore. So we see that is this town surrounded anyway by woods and farming lands. As I said, he's an historic town, San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore. And so here it's where the property is. So let's zoom in. Okay, my friends, so I can tell you straight away that the property is in this little lane where we see few steps, but we are in the central area. So actually the property is this one here. So it's only a few steps from the main street. We don't have to climb the mountains, to walk many steps. This is Corso Vittorio Emanuele II, which is one of the main streets. As we see, we are in the historic part, so we cannot expect any way to find a completely detached house with garden. But so the property is this one here that we see with a little roof, and we'll find out very soon where we are going to discover the pictures of the property. Now, let's focus on the property description, which is always very important to understand the property. And now, my friends, if you like this type of format, it's highly appreciated if you put like and subscribe. Why not? It helps my channel to grow. Now, in the heart of the historic center of San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore, we offer for sale a splendid townhouse arranged over 3 levels. So a property over 3 levels in good condition and move-in ready, which is fantastic. On the raised ground floor, the home welcomes guests with living area, featuring a traditional fireplace. The basement level with windows anyway, it's not uh, completely dark basement. The basement level hosts a second small lounge with access to the kitchenette, also equipped with its own fireplace. The first floor contains the sleeping area, consisting of two double bedrooms, one of which is enhanced by a Juliet balcony and a functional bathroom, complete with a shower. So basically, first floor we have two bedrooms, one bathroom. The ground floor we have the living area, and on the basement, I'd say the ground floor, let's call it the basement floor, we have the kitchen and another little living area. Now, San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore is one of the most authentic villages in the region, known for its history and the presence of all essential services such as shops, pharmacies, post office, and restaurants. The location is extremely strategic and central relative to the main attraction. It is located about 30 minutes from both the beaches and airport of Pescara, as well as the Maiella ski resorts. Rome is also easily accessible in about 2 hours via the motorway 825. The basic features, anyway, these detached 3 floors, terraced 3 floors, 1050 square feet, 5 rooms, one bathroom, good condition. Okay, now here we can foresee a bit the pictures. And as we see, this little roof is the same that we saw on Google Street View, but we see a lovely entrance door. Here we recognize the same image from Google Street View. Then we have the floor maps, which I will show you later. And so here price is 38,000 and the price per square meter is 409 euro, which is extremely good, again, for the location and for the fact that the property is already in a good condition. Okay, my friends, now let's see the statistics. Listing updated on the 10th of May. Now, 679 views. I believe so. It was listed on the 10th of May. I am recording today on the 23rd of July, nearly half 7 p.m. And anyway, I'd say reasonable amount of views since the 10th of May, so more than 2 months, 2 months and a half, nearly 679 views. 2 email inquiries and 32 times saved to favorite. Okay, not big attention. I saw properties with many more views, much more email inquiries, maybe a bit because it's not disclosed properly the location. Once we see the narrow street, we might be scared, but overall, we are in the center of the town and we are not far from the main street. Okay, my friends, so let's enter into the property and let's find out all we have to know. Now, here we are in the living area on the ground floor. I would start saying we have a lovely and beautiful fireplace, functioning fireplace. So from the street, from the main entrance to this level, we have a few steps, let's say 5 steps, and then we lead in this area where we have the living area, as I said, and then we already understand that with the spiral staircase, we go to the upper floor, to the first floor, and here where we see this gate, iron casted, everything looks very well looked after. We go down the stairs to the kitchen and second living area. This is a lovely welcoming room with lovely floor tiles. Everything, in my opinion, for me, what is important is that everything is in a good condition. Okay. Okay, here we have the main entrance. Basically, here I see a window on the left, which I believe is a window here on the right. This window should be on the right because the main entrance is on the right. Okay. Lovely main entrance door, fully renovated. Also, this little roof in front of the house looks in a very good condition. This is an historic building, anyway, historic house. We see by this typical entrance of the late 19th and beginning of 20th century. Okay, we see again here, we have a better understanding, which is the same view that we saw from Google Street View. So behind who took the picture, we have one main street, and also down few steps at the very end here, not many steps, we find another main street. Okay, here we are facing, okay, we see that the property is on the left here, where we see the roof, and then we have few steps, maybe 10 steps, less than 10 steps, and we are on the main street. Okay, here we have another view. So also with the first floor, where we find the two bedrooms and a bathroom. Also, this little balcony is from the living area. And we see that the blinds are new. Okay. And here we have a picture facing the southern part of the street, the part that goes down. Let's say it's much closer, the part that goes up, only few steps. Okay, another picture of the main entrance, simply because they want to show the good quality of the main entrance door. Then electrical system also in a good condition. Here we have we have another angle, different angle. We have radiators, so the house is provided with a natural gas heating system. The It's 95 square meters, the property. And anyway, I'd say is a good size. In particular, let's say for a couple, or for a couple that can even have a guest room, or for someone who is just interested in buy an inexpensive holiday home. And then we should have another balcony on the right hand side of the window. Also, the window frames are new, I see, are double glazed, so very good for the energy efficiency. We see here the living area, and we see the the balcony and the window. Good vibes only. I like this house. I like this person who lived in this house. Obviously, I'm in favor only of good vibes, in particular on this channel. Okay, another view, and now I think, okay, another angle, but here this picture is taken by the spiral staircase, which are going probably to the rooms, the fireplace. I see many plugs, so efficient electric system. Okay, my friends, so here we are in the basement floor, but as we see, the basement floor had also windows. Now, it's a pity that they kept closed the window here. Typical in the Italian style, realtors never like to show open windows. Strange, but anyway, this is the Italian style. And here, let's say we have the kitchen. Let's say dining area. So we go down the stairs. So to go down here, we don't have spiral staircase. Spiral are only to go up to the first floor. We have intercom to, if someone press the bell. We have enough space for the dining table. We have a second fireplace, which is also nice. We see, so basically we have a window here, and okay, we have radiator. Everything looks fine. I would go for this type of house personally. So floor tiles. So we see we have few windows here, small, but at least we have natural light, and everything looks in a very good order. Then we have the kitchen here. We can foresee is a kitchenette. So we've seen the living, we've seen now the dining, and then the kitchenette. Lovely property. I really like it, in particular if I consider the price. Then here we have the kitchen. Kitchen also in a very good condition with another window, also the kitchen. And we see particular that they have the very old tap here and the new tap, the sink in the part of the new kitchen. So the plumbing system also was redone completely, but they kept, I like the idea that they kept the old sink. And then the gas boiler here, new tiles, new wall tiles. I'd say what they spent here for 38,000 euro is simply nothing. I believe they spent much more. Okay. Sorry. Okay, it depends when they have renovated the house, because to renovate a house nowadays with these standards, I'd say we are in between 60, 80, maybe even more than 80,000 euro nowadays. If they have renovated, let's say 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and they kept the house in a very good condition, the prices were much more reasonable. I'd say half. 10, 12 years ago, we would have spent half of the money that we are spending now. So 30, 35. I think they want to get just the money back, the money that they spent for the renovation. Then here, maybe this house has been inherited by someone and so doesn't have any feelings. So just want to get some money through the sale, might not be interested to keep two, three, or four properties. Understandable. Okay, now here the spiral staircase, which are beautiful, very, very well looked after. And here we are in the upper floor, so on the first floor, where we have the two bedrooms and the bathroom. And again, everything looks extremely fine. Everything looks in a very good condition. Floor tiles, the doors are fine. I won't think about changing the doors, even if the door, let's say, are a bit dated, maybe late 80s, but I would keep it. Okay, now here we are in one of the bedroom. So they say they have two bedrooms, spacious bedroom. Now we see that the building is an old building because we see the walls very, very thick. And this was the anti-seismic system back in the days. Now the new houses are more dangerous than the old one, simply because these houses were built by with old concepts and they were aware of the problems of the earthquakes. So they're more resistant these houses than comparing to the new one. The new one that are not built with security system against earthquakes, let's say. The worst are the building that were built, let's say, from the 70s up to the early 2000s. Okay, we have radiators, we have two windows, perfect room, spacious. The only problem for me that I would do straight away is to remove these panels from the ceilings. I really, really don't like. I don't know why. I don't think they had anything to cover. Maybe they've done it to insulate better the room, but in my understanding, I really don't find it nice to see. Okay, let's keep moving. So I see one radiator here on the right. So this room is quite spacious and has two radiators. So no problem with the cold during the wintry months. Okay, we have these panels here. Again, I'm not a fan, but it depends. Not very, very bad. But again, personally, I would just remove it. Okay, it looks like there is a bit the roof shape here. I think they've done this simply to insulate the room properly. It was an insulation system, probably back when they've done the renovation, let's say 10, 15 years ago. But the house is very clean, very nice. And here we are in the second bedroom. So, second bedroom also extremely nice, with this lovely balcony, with this lovely window. And here, at least, we don't have these panels We just have the walls normally plastered. Okay, tiny bit smaller this bedroom comparing to the other one, but nice one. Nice bedroom with double exposure. Anyway, we have a window, we have this little balcony. This is the view from one of the balconies of the little lane, which is nice, very characteristic. Now, someone might like it, someone might not. I'm always saying that I'm here anyway to show and to let you understand what you can get with this small amount of money. And here we have the bathroom. Again, fully renovated, in a very good condition. I'd say fully renovated and new when I see already the tank for the flush of the toilet already in the wall. So that's already a new one. The window frames are in a good condition. Then we have tiles, which are fine, electrical system, not extremely big bathroom, but anyway, everything in order. We have shower. Okay, so here we have an interesting view. I don't know from which room. Doesn't look like it's from the window of the bathroom. Okay, I don't know where this picture was taken from. Maybe there is an attic. I don't know. They are not disclosing anything. And so here we have the floor map. Floor map, where we see basically we start from the middle, where we have the living area. Then on the left, we have the kitchen and the dining area in the basement floor. Semi-basement, that's what we call it, semi-interrato in Italian. First floor with the hall, bathroom, and two bedrooms. Okay, my friends, this is it for this property in San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore. And now we go here. Let's say we do a bit of Google Street View, simply to understand a bit better the area. So let's try to drive. So here we are only a few meters from the house. And we have this lovely view. We have typical Belvedere. So we have lovely street here. Then let's keep driving. I won't spend too much time here on Google Street View because anyway, you can type exactly the same address and you can repeat this action via Fornovecchio, number 3 in San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore. I'm still going through the main road here, where we have another Belvedere, public fountain, main church. So these are the typical characteristic towns, beautiful characteristic towns of Abruzzo. So you can follow just the same address and repeat, basically if you want to discover a bit better the town. We see that there are restaurants, bars, pharmacies, grocery shops, and much more. This town is quite famous because there are some hot springs, okay, where it's possible even to swim. So even during the winter, because there are springs with hot water, which is attracting many tourists in this area. And now let's focus on the distances. Now, I won't spend too much time here simply because this area is one of the areas that I cover more often. So basically, you are familiar. If you are subscribed already to my channel, you're already familiar with this area. So nothing to worry about it. Let's say that we reach basically Pescara in only 30 minutes. Okay, so very short distance. In 30 minutes, we are already on the sea. That's why for me, this area, Torre de' Passeri, San Valentino in Abruzzo Citeriore, Scafa, let's say Manopello, this area is extremely convenient because we reach the sea in a short distance, but at the same time, we can also enjoy the beautiful valleys and hills of the central part, and then the mountains, even for the ski lovers. Okay, so we are close to Pescara International Airport, which is working quite well. What else? Also, we are not far from Chieti. Let's see how far we are from Chieti. We reach Chieti in 28 minutes. Okay, so 35 minutes to reach Pescara, 28 minutes to reach Chieti, which is another capital of one of the provinces, the four provinces of Abruzzo region: Chieti, Pescara, Teramo, and L'Aquila. And then, my friends, for example, if we want to ski, I'm familiar with Roccaraso, Scanno, Pescasseroli. So Roccaraso, let's see how far we are from Roccaraso. All the ski lovers in the south of Italy go to ski in this area. Takes 1 hour and 13 minutes to reach um, Roccaraso. What about Sulmona? Let me see. Sulmona, we are also in the mountain area, and we reach Sulmona in 44 minutes. Okay, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I found this property quite interesting, simply because, again, the very good condition and the reasonable price, location in the historic town that has all type of services that we might need. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, my friends, you are welcome to put like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for another property for sale in one of the beautiful regions of Italy. Bye!